But we survive. We persevere. We're resilient people. We're strong. We come from the cloth of people that did not give up. If they gave up, we would not be here in unity today as one. We can go places where we weren't allowed to go before. We can have a voice. We can give an opinion. We matter. We always matter. Black lives matter. Spanish lives matter. We're all one and the same. All our ancestries, all our roots coming from Mother Africa. So Bomba, a wonderful dance. I have 2 skirts that I would like to have 2 people to come up if they'd like to volunteer. The skirts are part of the tradition, are part of our heritage. The skirts are long, so when you hold them up, they still touch the ground. It's a lot of playful things going on with the skirt in your body. So, even though I'm doing this, it could have meant me at the townhouse later on. We're having a meeting. This could be, we're trying to escape tonight, so come at 9, so 10 minutes plan. So even though we're dancing, we're throwing out stories, we're sending messages, we're keeping our ancestors, our ancestry, and the spirit alive. Bomba, dance of freedom. Bomba is a dance of expression. You let it out. When they got beat, and at nighttime, they screamed, they let the pain out. They got it out. They ushed it out. We gave it out. So we danced it out. Dance is non-discriminatory. Dance is soothing. Dance, you can get all the negative energy. You can get all your power from music. When things go wrong, dance it out. When things go right, you dance it out. If something's bothering you, you get some music and let it soothe you. Bomba is of strength. Bomba is of a character. Bomba told us and tells us we never give up. So that's Bomba. Raphael Cepeda, his granddaughter, her name is Brenda Lease Cepeda. She lives in Springfield, Massachusetts. And I've been teaching dance for her for about 3 years. Traditional African, which actually included Bomba because all of it is a part of the African diaspora. She teaches in Holyoke and on the Springfield, and she teaches on the South End, Hillside Avenue, and on Park Street, and those schools on that side of Hartford. Her grandfather was Raphael Cepeda, and he's the one who decided that he wanted everybody in the world to understand what Bomba was and what it meant to him and what it means to us. She has a school in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and she actually teaches Bomba 4 times a day. She just opened up at the Yard Ghost for Raphael. They had a tribute at the Yard Ghost, and they called her from Holyoke so she could come and serenade the gentleman that was being honored using Bomba traditional dance from Holyoke. So Bomba is a dance that we should be proud of. Bomba is a dance between the drummer and the dancer. Bomba has ties from Africa and Caribbean. Like I said, the Ashantis from West Africa and the Taino Indians that were in Puerto Rico before the slaves got over there. So some of that mixture came from the Indians with the African. So we have the Indian influence and we have the African influence coming in together, creating something unique and something special. They use maracas when we do Bomba. A maraca is basically a gourd. In Jamaica, from Jamaica, we call it a calabash. It's something that grows on a tree. It's basically what they said Jesus poured wine in when he was trying to store it. So they stuck a stick on it and put some little beads in there, and it's a shape. So that's the maracas. And that is what's coming from the Africans, and then the quail, the 2 sticks and hitting the barrel, that's coming from the Taino Indians. So we're having a mixture of African and Indian history and culture merging together to create. Normally there are 3 drums. When we're doing Bomba, there's a lead, and then there's the other 2, I'm not sure, but Brother Alvin, this is a master drummer, a very good friend of mine, and he should be able to, I'm sure, tell us a little more
apologies for being tardy. Y'all know how work is, right? So I don't know what my dear sister has shared with you, but I heard some of it. Whenever we think about any African culture on this side of the world, we have three things to consider. If it's Puerto Rico, Cuba, Haiti, Jamaica, Central America, you have three things to consider. You gotta consider the people who were already there, right? You gotta consider the people who brought people there, and you gotta consider the people that were brought there. So, in Cuba, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Suriname, there were Arawak and Taino. Those are the people who were already there, already had a culture, already building, moving, grooving, doing their thing, right? Then you had people who brought folks places. Spain, Portugal, right? The Dutch, the Germans. So when you look on this side of the country, the Western influences come from Europe. The native influences were already here, and you have that third ingredient. The people who were brought here, the people who were kidnapped from the continent of Africa. We don't call them slaves. They were people who were kidnapped, okay? And they were enslaved. So when you take these three components, each of them have their ingredients. That's why if you look in the Caribbean, you see all of these differences, but you see all of these similarities, right? So when we think of bomba, bomba has influences from Spain, of course, when you think of Puerto Rico and Cuba. They also have influences from the Dutch. We've heard of Dutch Guiana, right? And then they also have the major influences of the people who were already there. The drumming part, some of the dress, some of the dance is directly related to the western part of the continent of Africa. And we can see, there are places in Cuba where the people are dark, like the singer Seal. And the language they speak, the dialect they speak, is 300 years old. Because they live so far removed from the main part of civilization that their language hasn't changed. So when we think of bomba, bomba is just a small part of the music we call folklorico. Bomba, plena, right? And when we think of bomba, we play them on congas now, but they were originally played on what we call varillas. They're like barrels, okay? Shorter, stouter, right? 3 people, 2 people playing the primary and the segundo, and then the lead drummer is making sure that the moves done by the dancer, you can hear them on the drum. See, in the West African dance, the dancer is playing, the dancer is dancing so that you can see what the drummer's doing. And the drummer is playing so that you can hear what the dancer's doing. Well, in bomba, it's primarily the lead drummer is doing what we call marking. The dancer's making movements, and the drummer is doing the movements that let you hear what the dancer's doing. Is there anybody here that has any experience playing a conga? Anybody in the room? No one? Okay, this is going to work out really well because I'm going to volunteer someone to help me. Yes, you sir, would you come help me? Yes, come on help me. I promise it's not going to hurt a whole lot. The drummer's job is to keep the beat. What's the drummer's job? What's the drummer's job?
Keep the beat, the dancer.
Outside voice. What's the drummer's job?
To keep the beat.
The drummer's job is to keep the beat. now we're going to add the dancer. Dancers, dancers, dancers. Yeah. Okay. So the thing about the cultural dance, right? We got a lot of stuff happening with all the gender identity, but in cultural dance, no matter how you identify, in the cultural dance itself, there are roles. And the roles are masculine and feminine. Okay, so when you see this being depicted, it's not a political statement about, you know, what is and what isn't. It's just this is the nature of the dance. Okay, the skirts. The ladies are trying to do two things. They're trying to look pretty for the dance, but the skirts are actually to make the other women jealous. So they're trying to have the best looking skirts, all right? It's kind of like you have your uniform. Anybody here wear a uniform to school? Okay, so you have to wear your shirt and you have to wear your pants, right? But don't you try to trick it out with your sneakers? Don't you try to check it out with your earrings? Don't you try to check it out with your shoestrings and your sneakers, right? You're still in the uniform, but you're still trying to make yourself stand out, right? So that you can impress the crowd. Now, even though this is folkloric dance and it is cultural, it is still done for entertainment purposes. So there's still that air of showmanship. That's why when you see the ladies do their dance, they don't only do the movements. They make the skirts exaggerate the movements. And when the men dance, the men are trying to make it, you know, response, right? And so you'll hear this. Ah! Oh! Bomba! And it starts, okay? I'm not gonna explode your brain by trying to get you to work with the break, but I'm gonna play the break while you play the rhythm, okay? So let's get this going. Ready, G? My sister Jean, this is Calvin, I'm Brother Al. Again, please pardon me for being late, but I hope I shared with you some information you can use about bomba. In case you're wondering what qualifies me to participate in Hispanic Heritage Month, I am from the place that has more Puerto Ricans than anywhere else in the world. New York City.
And one other thing that we need to say, in our both Bamba dance and in our Puerto Rican history, just like our African history, before we do anything, we salute our drum. Yes. And we hope that you enjoyed it. We hope that you learned something. Bomba, dance of expression. Bomba, dance between the drummer and the dancer. Bomba, political. Secrets being passed at night. Bomba, for marriage, for birth, for celebration. Our culture, our history.
Thank you, Calvin.
How about Bomba? How'd you guys like that? Did everybody learn something? Yeah? Pop quiz? Pop quiz? No, I won't do that to you. All right, so our next and final act will be Hartford Proud, and they are going to bring it back to Puerto Rico for you guys, okay? All
It's
right.
on now.
Thank you guys for coming out. That concludes our showcase for Hispanic History Month. Thank you guys for all coming out.
Thank you.